Not the best host, but getting there. There's about 6 people in the waiting room earlier. Got it.
All right, it looks like you have quorum.
Just so you guys are aware, we did send out notices on the doors. All of the municipal clerks were noticed. Okay. Is Anthony's on website, Facebook.
Yeah, Mike, why don't you go ahead and mute everybody except for the members of the... Okay.
There we go. So yeah, notice went out to all the municipal clerks, our website, the doors at our offices at 37 Washington as well, and Facebook. There's Lou. Yeah, so.
All right, we're going to go ahead and start the regular meeting of the Mount Holly Utilities Authority. Can we have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Banks?
Here.
Commissioner Barella?
Here.
Commissioner Jones? Commissioner Radarowski? Chairman DeFalco?
Here. Verification notice?
In compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting was provided in the following manner. Notice of this meeting was published in the Burlington County Times on March 2nd, 2023, and the Courier Post on March 3rd, 2023. On May 8th, 2023, advance written notice of this meeting was posted, and advance written notice of this meeting was mailed to all persons who, according to the records of the MUA, requested such notice.
All right, we'll have the Pledge of Allegiance.
All right.
I pledge allegiance
To
to the flag of the United
United
States
States of America.
and to the
And to the
republic
republic for which it stands.
one
One
nation,
nation.
under God, indivisible,
Indivisible.
with liberty,
Will be.
justice for all.
Right.
That's always very awkward. I apologize.
Very.
Whoever else has joined and is listening, because it's difficult.
It is awkward, but
Okay. Rolling right in, we have public comments to any items that are being taken on action this evening. Is there anybody who is on the call today who has any comments or questions regarding any of the action items on the agenda this evening? Lewis, is that you there? I just see drywall.
Yes, that's me. Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you. All I see is some drywall and some fans. I didn't know if that was you or not.
Yeah, that was me.
Just state your name and address for the record, and then go ahead and ask your question.
Louis Lopez, 98 11th Drive, Mount Holly. Clarify Gender Revolution 20, 23, 56, and 60.
Bob, that would have been the resolution of non-fair open goods and services. That's with the contract with Northeast and GC Services, and the S3 application for sewer construction between the MUA and Apco.
Okay. Resolution 2023-56 is for work that a contractor will perform to convert an existing chemical room into an operations control room. The total amount is $37,245. That's for some masonry work to block up an existing steel door, to add a handicap door, and to provide a doorway in between two existing rooms. This will be requested to be tabled because some signatures that are still outstanding from the contractor. So it'll be continued at the June 8th meeting, should it be tabled this evening.
Okay.
And the other resolution was which number?
60. That was the one with the S3 application in regards to Apco.
What was the number? 60, Bob. Oh, 60. Okay. I got it. I'm sorry about that. I'm on the wrong side. This is for sewer construction at an existing petroleum station on Route 541 near the intersection of Irick Road in West Hampton Township. The plans have been approved by Alimo Associates, and it's just to connect the gas station septic system into the Mount Holly MUA's sewer infrastructure located on Western Drive. That's also already existing. So approval of this is just for approval of the S3 application and recognizing that the sewer construction plans have been approved.
I have one more comment.
Go ahead, Lewis.
The last comment is from two person. At the last meeting I went to.
Lewis.
Yeah.
Lewis, if it's regarding something that's not on the current resolution list, you can ask that during the public session down at the bottom.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks. Ms. Fay, I think I saw you put your hand up earlier. Would you like to say something?
No, thank you.
Okay, I thought I saw you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Okay. Was there anybody else that had any other questions regarding the items on the agenda? Seeing none, we're going to go ahead and close the public comments on action items, and we'll go on to approval of minutes. We have the regular meeting minutes of April 13th, 2023. Are there any commissioners that have any questions, comments on those minutes? If not, is there action on those minutes?
So moved.
Is there a second? I'll second. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Banks?
Yes.
Commissioner Barella?
Yes.
Chairman DeFalco?
Yes. Is there any old business for this evening, Bob?
There is no old business.
Okay. Rolling into new. Did something else there? Sorry.
Sorry about that. I had to make sure I wasn't muted.
Okay. Going into new business, we have a bunch of resolutions that are on here. Bob, you mentioned resolution 2023-56. That there's a need to table this for this agenda as it's missing some signatures on the contract. If that is all 100% accurate, do we have a motion for resolution 2023-56 to table this resolution until the next meeting of the MUA, which is in June?
Motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Banks?
Yes.
Commissioner Barella?
Yes.
Chairman DeFalco?
Yes. Resolution 2023-56 is tabled and will be on the agenda at the next regular meeting. Going into resolution 2023-57, this is a resolution of the Mount Holly Municipal Utility Authority establishing guidelines concerning the general public's access to all authority buildings and facilities. Bob, did you want to go over that a little bit?
I'll give a brief explanation. One of the concerns that's been going around is, and it's a little bit driven by social media and First Amendment activists who go to public facilities, and it could be courtrooms, police departments, libraries, schools, anywhere where there's a public interest, a public ownership, and they want to challenge their right to video wherever they can. And Tom Coleman is aware of this, and he has presented and prepared this resolution just so the authority can start to put in policies so we can restrict access to such areas as the treatment plants, administrative offices, and places where the public should not be there because of reasons for business activity, and the public doesn't have a need to be there. We recognize that the public has the right to videotape in certain places from public access areas and public meeting rooms, things like that. This would allow us to start putting a policy in place within the authority to make sure that we put proper signage up and make sure our employees understand where the public can and cannot access. A lot of it's common knowledge and common sense, but we don't want to have any unnecessary interactions with the public who may think otherwise.
Okay.
So this would allow us to just set some policies and put some signage up.
Any questions, anyone? Chris?
No,
Randy?
no questions. No questions in town. I think is much needed.
Yep, agreed. Is there any action on resolution 2023-57?
I'll make a motion. So move.
I'll second.
I'll second.
Randy got it. Roll call.
Commissioner Banks?
Yes.
Commissioner Barella?
Yes.
Chairman DeFalco?
Yes. Resolution 2023-58, a resolution authorizing a non-fair and open contract. This is contract 2023-14 for the supply and delivery of a Franklin Miller Taskmaster grinder. That's for the Hollybrook Pump Station.
This is a resolution that will allow us to purchase at about a dollar value that's higher than the pay-to-play threshold of $17,500. So the company has provided documentation that they are not contributing to any political party in the authority or Mount Holly Township. So it's a non-fair and open contract that allows us to move forward with the purchase of a grinder for this Lumberton pump station, the Hollybrook pump station. This is also a pump station that we just authorized at the last meeting to do a complete rehab with. So this grinder will still be usable for that upgrade. It's the model that we use. So this purchase will also carry into the new pump station design. It's recommended for approval.
Is there action on resolution 2023-58?
I'll make a motion to approve. I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Banks?
Yes.
Commissioner Barella?
Yes.
Chairman DeFalco?
Yes. Resolution 2023-59. This is a resolution appropriating additional funding from the Improvement Replacement Fund for the sludge tank conversion project.
This resolution is to authorize additional expenses for a project that has been approved, and it's actually getting ready for bids. May 18th. Bids will be received for this project. The project was approved under Resolution 2021-89 in September of 2021 with a total price of construction and engineering at $813,000. A couple $100,000 more is likely needed for concrete work, and we don't know for certain until we receive bids and until the project actually starts where this is going to be. And there's also a fudge factor in there because of the amount of time between September 2021 and today's dollars, with everything that's been going up inflation wise and supply chain shortage. So this resolution approving it would allow us to move forward with this project and accept the bids should they come in at a higher dollar value.
Thank you, Bob. Can we have a motion for resolution 2023-59?
Let's make a motion to approve. Second, Randy.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Banks?
Yes.
Commissioner Barella?
Yes.
Chairman DeFalco?
Yes. And lastly, we have Resolution 2023-60. This is a resolution approving the NS3 application for approval of sewer construction plans between Mount Holly MUA and Apco Petroleum Corp. Again, like what Bob said earlier on Lewis's question, this is on Route 541. It's going to be a Valero.
That's correct. It is an existing petroleum station at this time. It's just approving the plans to connect their sanitary sewer system into the authority's infrastructure located on Western Drive.
Perfect. I'll make a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Banks?
Yes.
Commissioner Barella?
Yes.
Chairman DeFalco?
Yes. And then rolling in, we have a consent agenda. We have Resolution 2023-52 through 55. That's going to be the operating expenses for the month of April, the sewer refunds for the month of April, the expenditures for the month of April from the escrow fund, and the expenditures for the month of April from the improvement replacement fund. Any commissioner with anything separately? If not, is there a motion for the consent agenda?
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Banks?
Yes.
Commissioner Barella?
Yes.
Chairman DeFalco?
Yes. All right, going into communications. Is anything there, Bob?
There is one communication that we received, and it's related to the stormwater utility meeting that was at the county library. It was supposed to take place on May 9th. It has been postponed and rescheduled for May 31st at 6 p.m. And it is also still scheduled at the library for those interested in attending.
Thank you.
Good. Thank you, Bob.
And then we'll go into the matters to be presented by the public. Anyone wishes to speak during the public session, just state your name and record for the record. Name and address for the record. I know, Lewis, I see your hand there. You had a second question you had to ask.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
1 week ago, I went to the MUA building to ask 2 questions. One, the secretary had any update status of my request.
We have your plans for Garden Street. I have that available for you.
The entire mapping system, right?
Yes.
Oh, cool. And we're going to have another tour of the NBA tourist plant. I would like to have a tour. Just me.
Okay. We'll
Okay.
set that up for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, you're welcome.
Are there any other members of the public that wish to make any public comment during this time? Seeing none, we're going to close the public portion of the meeting. Report of the Executive Director. Bob, anything else?
Just a couple items. We're looking to hire new operators, 2 of them. We just sent one of our candidates for physical, and his start date is May 15th, which is a Monday. So our operators are starting to retire, as in a lot of industries. We have a lot of new operators. About a third of our workforce has 5 or less years experience. So we're doing a lot of research to try to get personnel that will fit into the various duties that are required of an operator, the rotating shifts and the type of work that's done, and some of the laborious and at times monotonous duties of that job. So we do have one other job. It's the technical assistant to the executive director that's advertised. It will be advertised until May 18th. Interviews will take place the week of the 22nd, and an appointment is anticipated sometime soon after the interviews are completed. At this time, we have 2 applications and resumes for that position. Last month, we talked about rails to trails, which is the former Conrail right-of-way between Madison Avenue and Pine Street. And one of the questions that came up, there was a lot of chatter on social media about it being closed, and going back in September, we started talking about possibly transferring that ownership to the county or some other public agency that could better utilize it as a public trail. If you could respond, I don't know if you have any updates on that as far as what could be done with the deed in relationship to Burlington County.
Yeah, thanks, Bob. We're trying our best to be in a position to transfer that property to the county. We're having a really hard time with Conrail. When the authority acquired that property, Bob, I don't have it in front of me.
It was around 2009.
Yeah. The parcel in question was never actually transferred to and we brought that to Conrail's attention. We've had multiple promises that yes, the deed's going to get corrected, and it hasn't. I'm trying to give them as much leeway as possible, but we will follow up again because it's well past our patience period.
All right, thank you, Tom.
So, but at the end of the day, the county is interested. They do want it. It's just a matter of tidying up all the loose ends between Conrail at this point.
Mr. Chairman, we can't transfer the property to them.
Yeah.
But yes, you're correct.
Okay, great.
One other point of interest, our Garden Street pump station, which we just finished the upgrade in January. Trees have been planted, grass seeds down, it's all starting to grow. Today, the odor control system was started up. So once it's acclimated in about 30 days, we should not have any odor complaints from that station from here on. And historically, we don't get a lot of odor complaints from there, but this is going to ensure that they don't happen at any time. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Bob.
Thanks, Bob.
All right, we have the report of the engineer. Anything this evening? All right, seeing none, going to a report of the operations superintendent. Hearing none, going into the report of the safety director, special projects.
Nothing bad.
Thank you. Solicitor?
Mr. Chairman, I think all of my items were covered in the agenda this evening.
Thank you, Tom. Appreciate it. Mike, anything in finance?
Just that a local finance notice came out the other day extending the statutory deadline for the audit submission. It's due to the GASB 68 and 75, which relate to pension obligations and OPEB, other post-employment benefits. All of the field work for our audit is complete. We're just waiting on these reports. But other than that, nothing bad.
Have you gotten notification that all commissioners have filled out their financial disclosure forms for this year?
I actually went on to the roster the other day and noticed everybody was in.
Okay.
Good. Chair did a good job getting communication out to everybody.
Great. Thank you. Jim, are you on the phone for communications?
Nothing to add.
Okay. Thank you. Any other new business? Bob, anybody?
Nothing to add.
Nothing additional.
All right. Chris, Randy, anything for this evening?
Nothing to add.
No.
Nothing.
Nothing at this time. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. There is no need for an executive this evening. And if everyone's on board, is there a motion to adjourn the meeting for this evening?
Make a motion to adjourn. I'll say.